Stop. This isn't just another live. It isn't just another video. It isn't just a moment. This is the Zaraz showing up in your life. This is now. This is your moment. This is the time for you to capture and be exactly who you are for the people that are so desperately waiting and needing you. Now is the time. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I am a third generation minister, an international best-selling author of 38 books and counting. And I have had the privilege of working with over 5,000 people, helping them write, publish, market their books to bestseller, and everything that goes beyond that. But what I really do is I help you take center stage, step into the spotlight, be seen, be heard, make the impact, be visible. You need to clearly, consistently connect with the people that you're meant to connect with. You are meant to make a difference that only you can make in this world. And today, now, is the time to do that. You see, you've been feeling that little nudge, that little prodding at you. You hear it, you feel it, you sense it. It kind of is like an itch under your skin, like if you were a junkie needing a fix. So I'm told. I've never been there, but the way it's described. You can feel the calling, you hear it in your soul, in the depth, in the heart and soul and core of who you are. Is this thing that's telling you, calling to you, demanding of you. And you're not late, you're not off, you haven't missed it. You are here right now, because the most powerful word that I know is now. You hear me use the word Zaraz. Zaraz is an ancient Hebrew word coming from Isaiah 60, verse 3, that talks about you being the light that draws all the kings of the nations to you. You see, you have within you the incredibly magnetic attraction that people are looking for. But let's not use the entire world. Let's not use the kings of all nations. Let's break it down to just one person. For someone, that one special someone that's in need, that needs who you are and what you do. They're waiting. They need it. And the time isn't 5 minutes from now. The time isn't all the regrets from all the yesterdays. The time isn't, let me make some time on my calendar and let me get all these things straightened out. The time is now. And I want to be very clear to you. Your time is now. But my question to you is, are you going to hear that call? Well, no, I'm not even going to ask that question, because I know you're hearing that call. It's down deep inside of you and you feel it pulling you. Even if you don't have the personal clarity to know what that is, you feel it. You know you have to do it. But the question is, are you going to answer it? For many of us, myself included, we spend so much time and have wasted so many years, decades, surrounding, coming near to, coming close to, or worse yet, completely avoiding that call, that beckoning sound within us that's calling us forth, saying, come on over. You know it's who you are. You see, it isn't like some of those things. There are things that come into our world, things that come into our life that, from the beginning they come in, we kind of are like, I don't know. I mean, there are things that are just really obvious. You get that spam email that, the Prince so and so from some third world country, just needs you to, do such and such, and they're going to send you. I got the funniest one the other day. They were like, all you need to do is go out and, get a, whatever it was, card and send us all the information for this card, and we will give you $2.5 million. And I like almost fell out of my seat. I'm like, the worst of it is that, of course, some people fall for that. But that, a card, I think they wanted me to get a Walmart card, which is just hilarious because, the maximum you can put on a Walmart card is $1,000. So how are they going to give me $2.5 million? Okay. But it's not that kind of calling. It's not something that, you just totally know is, yeah, no. And it's not those kind of callings where you think maybe you should, but you have that little, there's a reality in life. Whenever you trust your gut, that thing inside of you, you never really regret that. I mean, how many times have you heard yourself say, I trusted my gut, I listened to my inner voice, and I really regret doing that. That was just some stupid stuff. I'm telling you what. Never listened to my intuition. But I've heard some people that be like, well, I can think of a time when I, was sure this was the right way to went, and then, ended up being wrong. But then when you talk to them, and I'll just use my own life as an example, there is a place in that story where you're like, I almost didn't do that. I thought to myself, maybe I shouldn't do this. Well, why did you think that to yourself if your inner knowing knew that it was absolutely the right thing to do? See, we know, and that's why we don't have to say, hey, yeah, I trusted my gut and it totally just went completely bonkers. On the flip side to it is, how many times have we said, oh man, wish I would have listened to my instinct. I knew I shouldn't have done that, but right? We know. See, it's that kind of an inner, that knowing that we all have. And it's on varying levels. Some people are deeply intuitive, and some people have burnt that part of them so much they've just heard that voice and then gone the opposite way so many times that they've gotten really good at ignoring it. But we all have it in us. And you feel that calling. You hear it crying out to you. And deep down inside, you really actually want to do it. But some reason stops you. Something keeps getting in the way. And I want to tell you a secret because I actually know what that something is. It's called not making use of right now. It's called not being powerfully aware of how powerful now is, how much you have to make use of now, right now. Because literally, in the time that it takes me to say now, right now, the now that I said at the beginning of that is in the past. The only way to take action is to take action. We talk a lot about being visible because, like I said in the beginning, that's what I'm here to do, is to help you get visible. Somebody asked me that again today. Hey, how can I get visible? And I was like, well, it boils down to the same thing: clarity, consistency, connection. Those of you that are watching all of these live streams, you hear me say all the time on all of them: clarity, consistency, connection, clarity, consistency, connection, consistency, clarity, connection, clarity, clarity. You got to be clear, and then you got to be consistent to connect. They all just go together. And the only time you can use them is right now. You know you do. You really, truly do. I know you do. I mean, you may need to get some clarity on exactly what is the message. Maybe you're struggling with Who am I really? And what's that? I hear this burning call, but I don't know what to do with it. Then your now, right now, is you need to, right now, find out what that is. And I have a tool for you for that. You can join our group. We would love to have you be a part of it. And in that, joining and being part of us with that, you can ask for that. We want to help you get clear. Absolutely, we do. We want to help you get visible right now. Now. Because if you don't know the who you are, then your now right now is I need to know right now, who am I? And then next is if you don't know who are you meant to serve, then you need right now to know who am I meant to serve. And then if from that you don't know what of all the things that I know, of everything I've experienced in life, of all the things I can do, what is the specific thing that would help that one person that I do, that I need to share with them? What do they need? Often, in many, many cases, it'll be so easy for you that you'll keep putting it off, but you're not going to, because now we're done making excuses. Now we're done not being right here, right now. So if you don't know the what messaging, you need to know what, and you need to know it when? Now, right? Is anybody beginning to get the idea that I might be talking about you need to take action now? Okay, if you haven't caught that yet, let me be really clear. You need to take action now. Okay? Oh, this will make the live even more fun. Now we can count how many times Steve sneezes. Turn it into a drinking game, and watch out, because it'll probably get you very, very drunk, because it's going to come a whole bunch here now. And that'll be fun and funny for this particular now is, Steve, sneezing his full head off. And right now, that's hilarious. And right now, I could turn off this live and sneeze and be like, well, I went live and, it didn't go so great because I started having a sneezing fit and I had to stop. Or I can just keep showing up right now. I can show you that in your imperfections, in the worst of circumstances, is where the now works the best. Because then right now, you can show up for the person that you're meant to show up for now. I can't tell you who you need to show up for tomorrow because tomorrow's not here yet. Okay, so what is your now? Is your now I need to be clear on who I am? Is your now I need to be clear on who I'm talking to? Is your now I need to be clear on what I need to say to that one person? Or once you've done all those, is your now the now that you need to do it? See, because if you're clear on who you are, if you're clear on who you're talking to, and if you're clear on what you're talking about, then what you need to do is do it now. Talk clearly about who you are, who you talk to, and what they need to learn. Talk about that what to them specifically from the clear you in your clear voice to help them with their thing by doing this thing now. And then you do it consistently. After, okay? I made this mistake in some of my teachings that I've done for you. I said, what you need to do is you need to block off the time in your schedule. I'm changing that right here, right now. Because you see, now is also a time to make a pivot and to learn and grow from. As you're doing it, you're going to get even better at it. And what I need you to understand is what you need to do right now is you need to pick up the phone, my phone that's on its charger right now. Pick up your phone. And right now, you need to go live. You need to say, I am here to help you with, and I wouldn't even say you. I mean, you could say you because that makes the person that needs help with that know that you're speaking specifically to them. So that is good messaging when you're doing a live. But you could go even deeper with it. Because I know that you're struggling with feeling visible and valuable, I'm here to help you know how to become visible, valuable, impactful, and passionate in the things that you're doing in life. And I invite you to come along with me because I know what you're doing is so needed. It's so important. What did that take me to say that? Well, that was about 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds that it took me to say that. Because I'm clear, because I talk it out to you every day, because sometimes I go on complete total rambles, and that's cool too. Sometimes the rabbit trail is better than the whole sermon. Because, like yesterday, I am more than willing to use all the years that I spent as a singer to sing you songs to get the point across. I'm more than willing to be, a little bit quieter and just more calmly right here in your place. Or like I was Friday or Saturday, whichever it was, be all, I was like a live wire that day. Doesn't matter where you are right now. You don't have to be at 100 to say your message. You just need to say your message 100. You need to resonate with who you are, where you are right now, and share it with your person right now. Because if your energy level feels a little lower than it does on other days, that could be a reflection of the energy that your one needs today. Sometimes they need me to close my eyes and sing you a song. Sometimes what you need is you need me to be really, really, you got to do this. And I've been there. Sometimes you need me to just flow like I'm doing today. Be very legit and very purposeful, but be just very in the flow of it, like the calm, steady stream flowing by you, encouraging you that you need to do it right now. So again, now you need to know who you are clearly. And then now you need to know who you're speaking to clearly. And then now you need to know exactly what you need to say to help them so that now you go live. So if you don't know those first three clearly, even in argument with what I said a few minutes ago, because that's okay too, first thing you need to do is just go on live. Just go on and go, hey, I'm here to help you. I don't have clarity on who I am at all. And I know that there's people I'm meant to serve, but I don't really know who those people are. And I want to know exactly what do you need from me so I can help you, because I'm here to do that. Okay, there was another 10 or 15 seconds. If you're at the beginning of that, the point is you got to go live. You got to do it right now. You got to pick up that phone. Okay, TikTok or Instagram is probably the easiest. And if your Instagram account is set up right, it'll shoot it over to Facebook, which you can then put as a Facebook story. And if you know what you're doing, you can pretty easily download that and make it a TikTok. And a X, used to be Twitter. You could take a screenshot or make a little quick meme of it and put that onto Pinterest. You can take that and upload the video of it to YouTube. I lost track of how many I counted right just then. But that's then you in that 10 seconds of going live now. That's like 6 or 8 ways you can repurpose that Same now. Same what? Same wherever you are. That's first. You got to do it. Got to pick up that phone and you got to go live now. Now, if you've already gone live today because you're a good student and you're following what I'm saying and you're already doing it, then I'm so very proud of you. First of all, let me say that. And then secondly, you want to share that with people. You got to connect with humans. You got to be with people. You got to, send a LinkedIn, a Facebook, an Instagram, or whatever message to 5 or 10 people now. This is assuming you already went live and you already repurposed that live. Now, I love it. I'm saying the word now all the time, right? What you need to do now is go live. And then after that, if you don't have complete clarity in those three things, who am I? Who am I meant to serve? What do I need to say to them? Then you need to immediately do that. Go live, repurpose and share the live, and then work on your own. Well, repurpose and share the live. Reach out to a minimum of 5 people in private messaging. And I'm talking about people you already know. Say something powerful, helpful. Invite them to your free Facebook group that you created. Or tell them, hey, I'd love to just, schedule a time to connect with you and see how I can help you. See, you don't even need a Facebook to be able to send a message and say, hey, I just want to schedule a time to see what you're up to and how I can help you with it. Minimum 5 people. And then you're going to work on your own clarity. Who am I? Who am I meant to serve? What do they need? Join our group, get help for all of that. But that's the order of it. That's the simple, broken it down. I didn't have to get crazy. None of those kind of things. Giving it to you just as simple as I possibly can to break down the concept of the time is now. Your calling is so clear. I'm not even going to go any further like I did in the headline of saying, well, you answer. I'm going to thank you for the fact that you are going to answer, that you are going to do it now. You're going to pick up that phone. You're going to go live. You're going to either state your clarity or you're going to state that you're not clear and you're going to get there because you're here to help. But you're going to go live right now. It's okay if you turn off this recording or this live if you're here live, and do that if you haven't. Because now's the time. 5 minutes or whatever it is when I'm done, wrapped up here. That will be then. We're talking about now. Repurpose it, connect with people, get clear on you, work on that clarity. Save these transcripts from this. One of the reasons why you want to upload it to YouTube, even if you have no YouTube followers, is because it's a great free cloud storage place that will auto transcribe all of what you're saying right here. And it doesn't matter whether it's 5 seconds or you go for 30 minutes. You upload it and boom, it makes a transcript with you. Save those transcripts. And the best way to save those transcripts, load them into something like ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, or one that, remembers your previous conversations. So it depends on which AI you're using, because you want to build it like layers so that it learns you more and more and more and more and more, and can also honestly and frankly evaluate you. You can be like, okay, I got a little more clarity today. This is clearly who I am. I don't know exactly who I'm supposed to serve yet or what exactly they need, but this is clearly who I am. And this is what I said live. Do you think that clearly shows? Or if you went live and then you got clear on who you are, what could I have said in place of that would have clearly shown? See what I'm saying? And then you do the same thing with the who am I meant to serve? This is the clarity I got on who I'm meant to serve. based on what I'm sharing and what I show you here in this, whom I'm meant to serve. How am I doing on that? And then the what. What am I meant to share with them? Based on what I'm doing. You see how you're building. You're building a data set. AIs are only as good, and I don't care which version of it you use. And I don't care which GPT you're using, 4.0, 4.5, Claude, Gemini, whatever. I don't care which large language model you're using. They're only as good as you give it data. Garbage in, garbage out. You give it more, and it's going to help you know better and know more. And you're going to get clearer and clearer and clearer. Clarity isn't a one and done thing. It's an ongoing, forever process. You're growing and you're developing, and you're going to go live. Some of you are going to take up my challenge, and you're just going to turn on the live, and you're just going to start talking, and you're just going to be completely bumbling lost, and you're just going to keep talking. And then you're going to go to, and in this particular case, I would probably use Chat GPT, but whatever, and say, hey, give me an honest feedback and evaluation of how this is, and also point out to me any nuggets that really seemed like I locked onto. Ask your best friend. You don't have to just use AI. Ask your best friend, hey, listen to this and tell me what you think. Did it sound like me? Was it on par for who I am? Did you see some of that elements of, that thing that I talk about so much that, you're almost sick of hearing me talk about it? Get that clarity and keep honing that clarity. Who are you? Who are you meant to serve? What of everything you could do they need? That's clarity. Consistently. Yes, you are absolutely right now after you go live. So right almost now. It's all part of the now. Do you see what I'm saying? If you go live right now, the 10 seconds or the half an hour that you went live, the middle part of that, the end of that is in the future. But the now is that you took the action now. And this whole string of things, the going live, creating your clarity, putting on your calendar a specific time. This is when I'm going live every single day. And right now, the only person that needs to hear your live is your ears. And then eventually you'll be at a place where there's almost always one person. Sometimes there'll even be 2 or 3 on there. And you'll get to the place where you have 3 or 4 or 5 people that watch it. And you know that you have 3 or 4 or 5 because you get 3 or 4 or 5 likes. Now, you need to understand statistically, 90% of people that see your stuff will not even so much as hit the thumbs up button. So if you get 1 like, that likely means that you had 9 other people that watched it too. And I'm talking across all the platforms. If you did just like I said, you put it on, LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Pinterest. And the list goes on, because there's always a new social media out there. If you do that, and you even just got 1 out of all of those, that 1 probably actually means 10 people saw it. Whether they watched the whole thing is a totally different subject. Because right now we're just creating visibility, creating traction. What I'm here to do is to help you move from unseen, unheard, unpaid to visibility, valuability, power, impact, and then profit. We're not in this to chase a trend. We're in this to share who you are with the person you're meant to help. The one thing that you absolutely have to make sure you share with them. And you need to know consistently for you, when are you going to do that every day? And then also secondarily for them, so they know when to count on you're going to be there. So they can begin to start expecting you to show up in their life then. And if you are doing it, it's noon Central Time, my time. But if that happens to be, I think Pacific Islander time. I think that's like 9. It might even be 8 a.m. I forget if Hawaii is an hour or 2 hours behind California. So they might not even be up. If you live on the other side of the globe, you may be in bed right now. That doesn't mean you can't watch it later. So that builds and that grows. And that one just the thumbs up, they didn't make a comment, they just went and went on. That probably means, statistically, that means that 9 other people saw at least a second of your stuff. They at least saw it on their feed. And technically, that's lurkers. That's not ones that just, it's on their feed and they completely went past it. That means they actually saw it. That's 99% out of the 100 people. So if you get one person that makes a comment, statistically speaking, that means 100 people saw your stuff. It means your reach is actually doing pretty good. We don't feel it. We don't sense it. And the statistical realities of how the social media really reports stuff to us makes us feel less than. But the truth is, you already are making an impact. You'll never know the lives you've already reached and touched. But what they're crying out for you to do is to be clear, be consistent, to connect to them, because somebody's waiting on you. They need you. They need you to show up right now. Today's the day. Right now is the time. And I know you're going to do it. I believe in you. I'm so grateful for you doing it. I honor, support, and celebrate that you did. Thank you. And until we're together again next time, I hope you have a great week.